Hello again, it.Hope, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be something video game related. But before I start, I just want to say, I just want to thank you all for me recently hitting 160 subscribers. Now I'm actually at 163, which I recently reached. So I just want to say, thank you all and stuff. And for those who have recently subscribed to my channel, hello and welcome aboard. So I hope you like the content and stuff. Like I said, you might enjoy it, you might not. But I hope you do enjoy it, for the content that I do produce in the future, alongside everyone else, I hope you all enjoy it. So this one's actually going to be about a commercial emulator called Bleemcast. Yeah, Bleem, or Bleemcast I should call it, yeah. So you might be thinking, what is Bleemcast? Now, Bleemcast is basically a company called Bleem actually created a commercial PlayStation emulator for both PC and Dreamcast. But obviously this is the Dreamcast version that we're talking about. And basically what this was, it allowed you to play original PlayStation games on the Dreamcast via an emulator that Bleem built themselves. And basically how it worked was that the PlayStation emulator itself actually enhances the games when played on a Dreamcast or even a PC through that emulator. But as I said, talking about the Dreamcast version, and it enhances them very, very well. Textures look a bit nicer, and it has a good amount of graphical capabilities when played on a Dreamcast. Now, how this basically works is obviously how you play it. So obviously I'll take a Dreamcast here, and I've opened it. So basically how it works is you take, so for example I'll take Gran Turismo 2, and you got the disc there, and they're quite shiny. So basically what you do is obviously put it in, and then you turn it on. Let's just pretend it's on. And then obviously you get past all the intros and everything, all that sort of stuff. And then you get to a part where it says Gran Turismo 2, and it says insert game disc. So basically what you do is you would take the disc out, and you'd put Gran Turismo 2 in, which is that. Good game actually. But this is not about the game though, you know what I mean? And basically what you'd do, it would load, and then it would get to a certain point, and then it would say press start. So then what you do is obviously press start on the Dreamcast controller, and then it would get into the game. And for what I've played on it, because it's the only one I've actually got, it plays really, really well, and it's actually impressive to see a console from 1998 play a PlayStation game very well. That it emulates really well when played on a Dreamcast, and it's insane to have a PlayStation game play on a non-Sony console. It's just insane. But it's quite nice, it really, really does. And so overall, there were actually three official releases of this Bleemcast emulator. There was Gran Turismo 2, Tekken 3, and Metal Gear Solid. Now I don't know why this one came like a little, paper case, and these came in, actual CD cases. I don't know, so I can't really say that. So there were actually only 3 official releases of the Bleemcast emulator. And you might be thinking, well, why wasn't there any more? The reason being was during this time when Bleem created this emulator back in 1999 for PC, they were actually under lawsuits against Sony. And the reason being was because of the fact that Sony didn't want to lose money by people purchasing a PC PlayStation emulator than the actual PlayStation console. They didn't want to lose any money. And there was, there was so many arguments between Bleem and Sony, and towards the end, Bleem actually won their court cases, but they obviously ended up being dwindled down. They ended up, ending the company and basically killing it off, and that was because of the fact that Bleem was actually unable to pay, for lawyers and everything and all. They were unable to pay everything, so basically they just discontinued the product and basically discontinued the company, and that's what ended up happening. And the reason being was because of licensing. And it's because that if Bleem and even a company called Connectix, if they both won, third-party developers would be able to go through these companies and make PlayStation games without without actually going through Sony. And Sony didn't want to lose that, so basically that's what ended up happening. So for Bleem, they ended up dying off, and that's what ended up happening. Which is a bit of a shame though. But there was actually a planned boot disc that would support hundreds of PlayStation games played on a Dreamcast. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. Obviously, it didn't get released. But it was actually leaked online. Like a beta boot disc of it was actually leaked online. And obviously, you can download it to a CDR and obviously play any any PlayStation game that's supported. But it's quite mixed for the games that I played on it. The compatibility, from what I've heard, because I've never tried it, is actually quite limited. So you'll have to be careful about which games work or which games do. So you don't know which ones do work actually out the box. But it's a nice little tool to try out. So it is. My experience of it was I actually heard about this emulator back in 2013 because I was actually watching a lot of YouTube videos about the Dreamcast, and that was actually the year when I got back into the Dreamcast. I got it out to the loft, and I thought, do you know what? I want to start playing Dreamcast again. So I got it out, and so I started to play it and stuff, and it was pretty cool to play. And I actually bought all three of these, so I did all three of them back in October 2014. So I tried them out. And then after a while, I bought Gran Turismo 2, and I played it on the Dreamcast. And I was really, really impressed that this console from 1998 was actually able to emulate PlayStation games really, really well. It was crazy, it really, really was. And obviously, it's more powerful than the PlayStation, which is true. That came out 4 years before this. But even when you play it through a PlayStation 2, through the PS1's backwards compatibility on it, it's quite impressive of how well the Dreamcast actually emulates those games. Because I played it once on a PlayStation 2 a while ago, but I mostly play these games on a PlayStation 3. And even with that, and I'll pick it up here, the PlayStation 3, obviously this is the Super Slim model, but the PlayStation 3 was a console that first launched in 2006, and obviously it plays PS1 games via emulation. But the crazy thing about it is, the Dreamcast came out in 1998, and the PS3 came out in 2006. The Dreamcast, through the Bleemcast emulator, emulates PlayStation games very, very well. They really, really, really do. And under the correct settings, they emulate better than on a PlayStation 3. And I'm not making any rubbish up, I'm being truthful here. If you ever do like a comparison, or if you play it on a Dreamcast and you play it on a PS3, there is a huge difference. There really, really is. And the Dreamcast outputs those PS1 games, those official free Bleemcast games, a lot better. They outperform better than played on a PS3. And that is insane, it really, really is. And for a console that's 8 years older than the PS3, that is quite impressive. And it wasn't even made by Sony. You know what I mean? It is really, really crazy that, it is able to do that. Oh, shoot. Sorry, it just fell over, sorry. My PS3 fell over, sorry. And it's just impressive, it really, really, really is. And yeah, it's just how it goes, you know what I mean? Now, one thing people may say is it worth trying out these PlayStation games on the Dreamcast? I would say so, but maybe it might not really interest you playing it and stuff. But it's definitely an interesting tool to try out if you want to play PlayStation games on the Dreamcast. One thing to note is that this actually is region free. Now, I actually thought it was region coded and only works in America, but it works on my PAL Dreamcast because obviously I'm in the UK and stuff. Another thing, just to mention, because it's actually on the back, is obviously you can use your VMU memory card, which is good, but you actually need a separate one to use when using Bleemcast on Dreamcast. And it also supports the Rumble Pack as well, which is a nice thing. Or Jump Pack as it's known, so I'm just reading it off here. Yeah, it's just a little interesting thing and stuff to, you know, use and stuff. It's definitely an interesting tool if you want a Dreamcast and you want to try it out and stuff, to see how, you know, crisp and clear it plays, how the Dreamcast plays those PlayStation games. It's really, really incredible. So yeah, a bit of a different video, unusual and stuff, but I just want to say, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you also, thanks for watching, and I'll be doing another video shortly, which will be my thoughts of Nintendo Labo. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you shortly. Bye!